A simple tweet can turn a joke into cyberbullying, and many parents are concerned about how it will affect their children. How safe is it to walk across the street? Parents are concerned because the recent school merger has left their kids fending for themselves because of the absence of crossing guards after school. The University of Memphis is helping students, faculty, and staff get in focus with the University Eye Care Center.
The Tiger Bike Club is one of the many organizations that came out tonight with the 5 Rights Football Clubs to raise awareness for sustainability initiatives across the nation. Tigers Bleed Blue is this year's University of Memphis homecoming theme, and dozens of university and community organizations came out to show their Tiger pride.
The University of Memphis Progressive Student Alliance meets every Wednesday to plan their steps towards getting student employees a living wage on campus. This is the campaign's 4th year at the university. According to Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the living wage in Shelby County is $9.76 an hour. Many student employees receive less than that.
I think it's embarrassing for me to go to university that keeps hundreds of workers in poverty, where our tuition dollars go to support administrative salaries that are like hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Students from the University of Memphis Progressive Student Alliance stood outside in front of this tiger and read a letter that they wrote to interim president Brad Martin stating why they believed student employees should receive the living wage. After reading the letter, members of the PSA took it to the administration building and gave the letter to his secretaries.
The problem with the living wage is that if you put a limit on what you can charge people to work, if you're raising that limit, businesses aren't going to hire, they're going to cut hours.
In a campus-wide email, recently retired U of M President Shirley Raines committed to improving the wages of campus workers.
Right now, we're in a failing economy, and the University of Memphis administration said that in the mission statement that it wants to help grow and prosper our community. But how can it do that if it's paying people poverty wages?
The university's current president has not yet voiced his opinion on the living wage, but the PSA plans to continue pursuing their mission. For Inside News, I'm Kelsie Carter.
My dream is a red dress above my knees, high-heel red sandals, and me coming over the top.
The University of Memphis chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People brought Nikki Giovanni, a lifetime member of the organization, to campus to talk to students about diversity.
I applied to bring Nikki Giovanni to the University of Memphis campus because I felt like she would be that difference that we needed. I think her just being real would be that impact because she's not afraid to say what she mean and mean what she say.
Nikki Giovanni is a native Tennessean and world-renowned poet, educator, and civil rights activist. She used poems to highlight her discussion points and told her story through her writing.
2013 marks the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington and the 100th anniversary of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. These are just two of the highlights of Nikki Giovanni's lecture.
I feel like it's important that we have people like her come out and speak because they have so much insight and they have so much wisdom, and I feel it's important to pass that insight and wisdom down to generations.
During the lecture, Nikki Giovanni recited 5 poems. Note to the South, You Lost took the audience through some of the civil rights era. She closed with her well-known poem, Ego Trippin'. After the lecture, the poet had a book signing and took pictures with audience members. For Inside News, I'm Kelsie Carter. Over 300 people gathered outside of the U of M University Center in a graveyard-themed area to make history. One sit-up is all you had to do to help break a world record at the University of Memphis. Students, faculty, staff, and community members aimed to make the Guinness Book of World Records for the most sit-ups in one location. The previous record was 250 people, and the university had way more than that show up.
Who doesn't want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records? But B, if we can get 500 people out here doing something as simple as one sit-up. I know President Brad Martin has really designated the university to try to be a healthy university. That's a step.
The sit-up challenge was a part of the university's pledge to be a healthier campus. Students from the Student Ambassadors Board supported the event with spirit and blue masks.
It's also to join in on the effort to be healthy, because I know that's something that Dr. Bingham has been pushing for a long time, but we want to get as many people as involved as possible and try to kind of increase that spirit that we have for our school by breaking a world record.
Participants were given 1 minute, but only had to do one sit-up. Students from the university school also came to help make history.
Kids nowadays are sitting in front of a computer and really need to get out and about and do things that are good for their bodies.
After the record breaking, participants got to relax, enjoy a free healthy lunch, and celebrate their success.
I feel awesome. I just feel like an awesome person right now.
For Insight News, I'm Kelsie Carter.
It was a homecoming of first for the University of Memphis as they held festivities in a different location. The Tigers and their fans bled blue at this year's homecoming parade. Here's more on the story. Looking to get a job? Well, Career Services held a Lunch and Learn event on Tuesday. This event provides students with an opportunity to learn and gain skills on how to get a career after graduation. They also received a free lunch during the event. Amy Ware spoke about networking and how to communicate with people and companies. The main focus was on online networking and the do's and don'ts. Lunch and Learn events are held throughout the school year. It gives students advice on their next step after college. The next event will be held on November 20th. The topic of discussion will be From College to the Real World. Thousands of children's Christmas wishes will hang in anticipation of generous Memphians. The Salvation Army angel trees will be placed in 4 Memphis malls next Friday. Hassan Alawi has the story. The U of M football team had 2 monkeys on its back going into the game versus UT Martin last week, snap a 4-game losing streak, and win a homecoming game for the first time since 2009. Consider both of those monkeys ripped off and thrown back into the wild. The Tigers beat the Skyhawks 21-6, improving their record to 2-6. UT Martin led 6-0 towards the end of the second quarter, but the Tigers scored 3 unanswered touchdowns. Running back Brandon Hayes rushed for 111 yards and got a score on a pass from quarterback Paxton Lynch. Lynch and receiver Sam Kraft accounted for the other touchdowns on rushing plays.